You get, yeah, I was gonna say move the camera, not the. This thing I was gonna move the whole monitor. That's way better. Yeah,
Way better, right?
yeah.
Quality's better, everything's better. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's gonna move the whole camera. Oh, we're live.
We are
Okay,
live, yes. We
on
are live.
on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
How many people are on YouTube page?
I don't know. Probably none. Zero. We're the only ones.
This is weird.
But we can do this.
Oh, you can Facebook it.
Copy and share to
Facebook,
Facebook.
and then Facebook will have the live feed going.
Yes. Yes. Damien gets the show.
That's legit.
Oh. Ah.
My niche.
Ah. The Miami's coming out.
Legit. No, I was actually trying to rhyme legit.
Yeah, liar.
Le-
Liar.
Shop set park. I was gonna tell you the one. It's the abortion one's crazy, man.
What?
The one you put up earlier.
You
about-
like that one?
It's
It's the
intense.
truth, bro.
It's intense.
Yo.
What?
Wanna go, you guys.
Oh
my
my
God, the
God.
equipment.
This
You guys
guy.
can go and handle that.
You know money. You know money. How much money that costs, bro?
Hey,
Are we live?
by the way.
Oh my gosh! Get off your phone. Let's talk something.
Okay, just talk.
Talk, John. Yo, so the Trump speech, man. How good was it?
That was epic.
Better than the State of the Union, you think?
No, but more specific.
More specific. I think I like
lot
it
more
more because it was more specific. It specifically goes after my main concern right now, geopolitically speaking, which is Venezuela and what is going to happen in Venezuela. Because we can't allow communism to slip back in via the Russians when it collapsed, because Venezuela, for all intents and purposes, is going to collapse, right? If we didn't get involved, but we're already so involved that it probably won't collapse. You know what I'm saying? Because we already have Guaido in position to take over. And the real question now is when Maduro is going to either either step down or get taken out. Which of the two do you think is more likely to happen?
It's a possibility he leaves the country. He takes his
yeah.
money and leaves.
Yeah, if he's
didn't that
smart.
happen in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, if he's
Or
smart.
no. The Cuban president
Batista.
left to the DR.
Yeah. Trio took
yeah,
care
yeah.
of him. Yeah. If he's smart, that's what he does. But he's not the smartest person. So maybe he what happened to Gaddafi happens to him. I don't know.
Or the same thing happened to Mussolini.
Mussolini, Gaddafi, yeah.
They were killed by their own people.
By their own people. I mean, one thing's for sure. It's gonna come to an end sooner or later. I remember we said we took bets on when it was gonna happen. Let's say June. I'm still saying June. When do you think it's gonna come to an end over there for him?
I don't think.
You don't think?
I think it'll be in a year or two.
Really?
Yep.
I think there's so much pressure right now that by like June he'll be outed.
I think they're pulling
Ousted.
like they're doing it diplomatically and economically, applying pressure,
Right.
like embargo type things,
Mhm.
to see if they collapse themselves and have their own people, like have the new leader.
Right. I think
The last option would be going in.
Right, that won't happen.
That would take months and months of debate and approval, and you know what I mean. It wouldn't be.
I think we're more likely to to have troops overtly, like U.S. troops overtly involved in armed conflict in Venezuela is very unlikely. What's more likely to happen if it was to become offensive would be we somehow infiltrate the inner workings of the political regime out there via the CIA or something like that. The same, similar to what we did with Gaddafi. You know, we tank commander, CIA did, and Gaddafi actually imprisoned his top tank commander because he was a free thinker. We broke him out of jail and we set him on his way with a bunch of rebels to take down Gaddafi, and they ended up doing so. I think that's what's more likely to happen in Venezuela now. It's not gonna last that much longer for him, man. Tell you, there's blood in the water.
You're thinking optimistically, which is good.
Well, hence optimistically, right? I mean, look, man. It's. I think there's so much rhetoric going on right now that it would look bad. I'll tell you like this. Do you think it looks bad on the Trump administration if he lasts one more year, one whole year? I
No,
think it looks bad
no, I don't think it looks
because you
bad.
just. I think you're at this point. You're just. What's the point? We already know that he's not going to stay there that much longer.
The thing with Trump about looking, he doesn't care how he looks because
No,
either
yeah,
way,
yeah. No, no,
either way it
no,
looks bad. If the guy goes
no.
in,
Yeah,
he looks like a
we're not
hawk.
talking
If
about
the guy doesn't go
Trump's
in,
perception of the situation because
no, I know,
his perception is different than anyone's in the
I know,
room.
but what I'm saying is irrelevant. The guy can cure cancer,
Right,
and it would still he would still look bad
right.
doing it. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So
Yeah, but overall, that speech today in FIU was great. It was fantastic. I specifically liked when he called out Cuba. I didn't see that coming. It was it was a a promptu speech about the crisis in Venezuela, and he straight up called Cuba out, which needed to happen. You talk about a complete, like you talk about a complete paradigm shift in our policy towards Cuba from Obama to Trump, completely diametrically opposed, right?
yeah, Obama was there
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
take photo ops
yeah,
and
yeah. I took a picture in front of the Che monument, right,
yeah,
on
yeah.
that hospital
And
over
now
there.
he's
Yeah,
talking about Cuba's being the puppet master to Venezuela.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Hey, how about you get on the mic, dog?
we knew a long time ago that that was the case. Cuba Cuba has so this is the way I see Cuba in the greater scheme of things. And this is just from everything I've read and all that, right? So Russia wants expansion into the Caribbeans and they want expansion into Latin America. Logistically, that takes a lot of effort and a lot of logistically it takes a lot of effort, right? Money and just supplies. So what they do is they have a conduit through Cuba. So Cuba is the puppet master, but is the puppet. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they were a proxy
Yeah,
of Russia,
but
and they're trying to further extend their branch to
yeah,
make another
yeah,
Cuba.
yeah. Exactly. That's what it is. Because if you look at Chile when we took them down, right? When we took down Allende, his secret service or the equivalency of his secret service was all expats from Cuba, right? Like Cuban, straight up Cubans who believed in the cause and Castro's cause and stuff like that. But they were working for Allende under the table, and that's a clear sign that Cuba's involved. Cuba sent troops over to Angola.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. They had
Yeah,
a lot of influence in
they
Africa.
had
And
they ended up
didn't Che
well
was there
Che wanted
commanding?
to just his mission was always to just liberate, or I'm doing air quotes, liberate Latin American countries from the grasp of the United States because he saw us as imperialistic,
Which
which he
is
went.
hypocritical because he tried to extend into Angola,
Yeah,
into oh, where did
well Che went into Bolivia,
Bolivia, but where Reagan had to send troops to kick
Nicaragua.
no kick the Cubans out.
Oh, Grenada.
Grenada,
Yeah,
yes. Look at all these places.
yeah,
These damn Cube. See, someone should tell Marco.
yeah. I know. And
Venezuela's tired of Cubans in Venezuela.
yeah, man. It's like how many times does something have to fail
Bro, it's
for
that
people to
Cubans.
understand?
It's that Cubans get involved in everything. That's how it is. Exactly.
Yeah. But my thing is like, how many times does this
It's horrible.
flawed ideology that we know as communism and socialism need to fail globally for people to understand that this shit doesn't work. Marx and Engels, you know, they thought of a flawed ideology, right? I think what they didn't do is they didn't take into account, you know, that for an economy to be prosperous in any type of way, there needs to be a good and a bad to it, right? There needs to be somebody like our high school teacher or my high school teacher used to say all the time, someone who takes out your garbage, someone who cooks you your fries at McDonald's. There needs to be those guys. Coach Epstein. Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. Cornejo said that. Yeah. So who's gonna make your cheeseburger? Exactly. Yeah, we need both sides of the spectrum in a society for a
Yeah.
society to work, right? You can't just have everyone on an equal playing ground. That's not
And
existent
it
anywhere in
doesn't
the world.
exist because even
or
when
in the
you have
universe.
even when that happens, then you're creating a black market where
Look,
people are getting something on the side and then they
the universe creates competition.
well
And
it's in and Trump said it. It's human nature.
Yeah.
Human nature.
yeah,
Even the most level of a playing field, right? The military.
yeah,
You know, there's a rank structure, this and that. You gotta respect this, that. There's still side deals. There's still
Yeah.
a black market. There's still rules being bended.
yeah, exactly.
That just shows that socialism does not work
But-
because human nature works against that.
Here's the thing that always it just doesn't make sense at the basis, at the foundation of, and I'm making reference here to clear it up, to the left being the Democratic Party, the DNC, right? And their ideology. They're a party, or they like to champion themselves as a party of science, right? But none of what
Right.
they do within economics or social issues is based
On a
in
policy
science.
basis, they're
Yeah.
all based on emotion
Emotion, but not science.
and virtue
Right,
signaling.
Right. So you mean to tell me that you care about science and nature, and we should take a page out of their book, but socially we shouldn't, right? Nowhere in the universe is there an equal playing field. The
That-
universe
and
creates
espe-
competition to
Oh, yeah.
create a stronger breed.
You're talking too much with the universe. Just narrow it down to nature.
Well,
Yeah,
the
I know
universe
that's what you
being the
mean. I know
nature,
that's what
So
Just
look at
yeah.
the Serengeti, bro. You know,
it's whoever adapts to the environment wins.
exactly, and,
and the ones
that makes them
failing
stronger
to-
and better
yeah.
for that environment.
Genetically, that keeps the strong ones alive,
Yeah.
keep breeding.
Yeah.
And the weak ones die off, and the people that stay left behind from the changing environment die off.
So do you think the quagmire we find ourselves in now is a
Giggity gig.
is a representation of how good we have it? Because I read something not too long ago.
It goes back to what someone said. The only way that the U.S. will destroy itself, or the only way the U.S. will be destroyed is from within.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Exactly. But this, because I read something not too long ago actually that said, hard times make good men.
Right.
Good men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men make hard times.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So
It's the ever going
it's
cycle.
cyclical. Yeah. It's a cycle.
Wow, I'm gonna look that one up.
Yeah.
Make a poster of it.
Yeah. I'm telling
Frame
you.
it.
And I think that's indicative of
Hang
the
it up
times we're
somewhere.
in now. You know, you have certain type of individuals virtue signaling and getting mad over the craziest things, that like the greatest generation, which is the generation of World War II.
They had World War II. We got the global warming now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Or like when we entered the Belle Epoque, right, which is the time of the greatest discovery and the most time that we had out of hard labor, because we industrialized, right? We were able to grow in the fields of philosophy and science, but in doing so, we took a we took a back step to physical labor and
Right.
and life, and like, you know,
yeah, so
healthiness.
evolutionary
and health.
we're regressing
Yeah,
as a species.
yeah, people. I mean, worldwide obesity is the highest it's ever
Yeah,
been.
and
I mean,
the people that get ahead are the ones that can type the fastest. Meanwhile, the ones that can run the fastest,
Yeah.
are like, you know,
Yeah.
dying breed.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
And if you multiply that by hundreds of thousands of years,
we'll be yeah. Like you just go to a mall or something. Go to a mall or a theme park.
Oh, people watch.
Yeah, and people watch. And look at the people not even walking around anymore, but riding around on scooters because they're too
Hoverboards.
lazy to walk or on hoverboards.
Even the security cop is on a
Yeah.
is on a hoverboard chasing you.
Like a Segway, yeah. Jeez, man, I'm telling you. I don't know. It's weird, bro. It's weird. I think I'm not gonna say something needs to happen, but we need to take a step back and really look at what we're doing as a country here, man. We idolize the wrong things sometimes. Like,
Oh yeah, every time, all the time.
yeah,
You ask anybody, just ask a lot of people. Go to a Starbucks and ask a random person who do you look up to the most.
So how
What
do you
kind of answers would you get at a Starbucks? You'd get like Bob Marley,
Bob Marley, Che,
and that's not even a bad one. That's like okay.
Che, Bob Dylan, Bob Marley,
What other answers would you get?
Stalin for sure. No, not Stalin. That's a little intense. No, Karl Marx,
Don Lemon,
Don Lemon, Karl Marx,
Who is
Cory Booker.
a hero to
Not
you.
to say that any of those guys are the same, but
see Karl Marx's grave
no,
was vandalized with a bunch of communist shit?
Karl Marx.
If there's a bunch of communist shit on it, it's not vandalism.
No, like they vandalized like how communism is bad,
Oh.
communism is bad, socialism is terrible.
Oh,
They like graffiti that shit.
I promise you, that's probably not
The worst thing that's happened
no.
at that grave.
No, not even that. I'm almost. I'll go out and say it probably wasn't even a right wing leaning person.
It was probably staged.
It was probably staged, just like the church when Trump got elected. The church,
Oh yeah, a
in-
Muslim church.
the Muslim church got
What do you call it? A
attacked.
mosque.
A mosque got burned down, and they spray painted "Make America Great Again." But then they found out it was like
It was a Muslim.
it was a Muslim. Yeah, it's like,
It wasn't even a Trump.
and then
supporter.
you got homeboy now. What was his Jussie Sumlet or whatever,
Jussie.
the guy from Empire. I read that he was actually going to get ridden out of that show, right? Like he was going to get killed off. That's what I read. And then coincidentally, he gets attacked for being a homosexual or a gay guy and being black, supposedly. And I'm putting air quotes out because now there's rumors, not rumors, but the investigation pending saying that maybe he made all this up. And there's evidence to say as much, right? That he hired 2 Nigerian men to beat him, and then he said that it was a hate crime.
My only question on all that is, do you think he enjoyed the beatdown?
No, I don't know. Maybe if he was, I guess he's a masochist if he did, right? But I
mean,
don't know.
if you paid for it, that's almost they can. You think they can get him on like some kind of?
Oh yeah, as far as the law is concerned, definitely.
Well, for sure, hoaxing.
Well, okay. So look, here's the
Hoax.
thing. He definitely a false report and then perjury, because whenever you swear or whenever you're interviewed by a police officer and it's on a tape recorder, or your police officer's talking to you in lieu or not in lieu, but in reference to an investigation, you are now, because a police officer acts as a notary.
Right.
So when you lie to a police officer in reference to an investigation, that's perjury. So that's a perjury charge, which they.
Well, there's 2 right there. What else could they get him on? If it turns out,
I don't
what
know that,
everyone's thinking.
Yeah, if it turns out to be a hoax, I don't know. It's interesting to see if it comes out that it's a hoax, only because I want to see what the law does. Because if it is, like, does the federal courts get involved now, because it was conceived or insinuated to be a hate crime, which is a federal violation, right?
It's a felony.
It's a felony, so maybe. But perjury is a felony too, depending on the state. But it's a felony most.
He's
most
gonna get a felony if he's lying about
yeah, because that's perjury is a felony charge. But I'm curious to see, because of hate crime being what it is.
it up.
Yeah, hate crime being what it is, a federal statute now, because actually it was like recently they just passed across the board that it's like legitimately a federal law. Hate crime is, right. So it's an immediate charge Yeah. So I don't know. It's curious to see where this goes. I'm curious too if it does come out, right? If it does come out, he's showing him a meme for anyone who's watching. I don't think anyone's watching us.
This is the meme creator himself. Right?
Yeah. I don't think anyone's watching us. And this light makes me look ultra white.
Some say you're far right.
I'm curious to see if they arrest him like they arrested Roger Stone
Oh,
because he
that's
got
a good
arrested for
comparison,
perjury,
yeah.
right?
That's a good comparison.
Raid his house like he's Osama bin Laden.
And they're gonna tip off Fox News.
No, then Trump's gonna be all of it.
Yeah. Did you see his interview? By the way, it was a couple days after the fact, right? The guy, this Jesse guy. He's one of those guys,
Just
man.
lying through his teeth.
Not that
Acting.
he just doesn't even he doesn't even recognize Donald Trump as the president. He says 045. He doesn't say his name. Yeah. No, that's a thing that CNN does, but he didn't mention his name in the interview that he had a couple days after he got beat, supposedly. He was like, "Oh yeah, I go in real hard on 45," because they asked Trump about it, and Trump said it's disgraceful. Like, like why would anyone do that to somebody before any of this all came out? And then they asked him about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I go real hard on 45."
Who is he? He's just an actor.
He's an actor on a TV show called Empire.
And
He's
he thinks he carries himself like if he goes real hard on the president of the United States.
Yeah. And I think if I'm mistaken, someone correct me, but he's the only openly gay actor on that TV show. Like he's openly gay. Like he's
Right.
made a rap album, I think, talking about how gay he is.
No, but he,
No, I swear.
That used to be a
yeah,
diss.
I know.
Now it's like a rap.
Yeah, like Ja Rule's career ended because of insinuations like that, right?
Just
And
allegations.
Just
will end your
allegations.
career.
Yeah. Now we've gotten to a point where,
Wow.
and not to even make fun of it, but transsexuals are making rap songs. The Mam guy.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
That
today.
was, that's kind of oxymoronic too, the Mam guy, but whatever. So the individual who identifies as a female,
the GameStop guy.
the GameStop
Because that's where it all
ma'am,
went
because he
down.
got mad that they called him sir, made a rap song. I swear to you, he made a rap song about how the cisgenders or something like that are being persecuted or something like that. I don't even know what a cisgender is. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I do a fair amount of reading, but it seems to me like the LGBTQ community is always changing. There's like a new letter being added on.
At this point, they're just making shit up. It's like
I don't know that
it's
they're
completely just fictional. Making it started off like, okay, we're gay. Oh, okay, we're gay and we like cross dress. Oh, we're queer. We're this. We're that. Okay, now we're changing our
non-binary.
Now they're straight up making shit up.
I give it another couple of years if we continue down this road as a society. I give it another couple of years before furries become a thing. You know what a furry is?
No.
A furry is an individual who identifies as an animal and dresses up like an animal. And they have
Okay. Well, the only thing
and they have sex in the animal costumes.
So here's the thing. These LGBT people claim that they want equal rights as a regular whatever, whatever.
Right.
That's their claim, whatever. I don't believe it because
That's
they
their
have the
fight.
same rights. But now, if you claim as a furry, you're actually losing rights because animals have less rights than human beings. So
Right.
they're actually willing to take less rights.
Yeah. And then like, whoa, we're in such a weird time. And then you got and I'm not trying to make light of this, but just wrap your head around what I'm about to tell you. Girls were mad that they were being excluded from Boy Scouts. Right? There was a troop that allowed girls into the Boy Scouts, and then those girls within the Boy Scout troop wanted something more inclusive, so they created their own little segment within the Boy Scout troop. Does that make any sense to you?
That looks like the birth of the Girl Scouts, right?
Yeah, there's the Girl Scouts, but they want to be part of the boys, so a troop let them into the Boy Scout troop,
But then they segregate themselves.
Yeah, then they said, no, we want to be our own thing within the Boy Scout community.
We're eating ourselves alive from within.
This is a weird
You
time
want to know what the
live in.
caption of this is? It's in Spanish, but it says,
What is it?
This guy told me he would get a tattoo of what I thought of Maduro,
What is that?
and I asked if he had any more space left. You
That's
heard?
weird. That's weird, man.
This is the caption.
She's showing.
This guy.
I'll describe it. Just describe
This
the
guy
picture,
said,
though.
"Oh no, I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show. We gotta capture his reaction to this.
Okay, but you gotta let the fans know.
This
whoever's watching.
guy said that he would get a tattoo of what I thought about Maduro, and I was left with no more space.
It's like a whole body of, I don't know. Yo, so wait a minute. We're on, okay. We're on, yeah. So we're
pretty
on
funny.
YouTube and
We're on YouTube
and Facebook.
Insta Live.
Insta Live. Oh, we're not on Facebook then.
Yeah, Vicky's on this. I got a friend Edwin. Who else is on this? Vanessa, which is like my god sister.
Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at now
Hi,
with
everyone.
these Girl Scouts and stuff like that.
Hey yo, Vicky.
It's kind of weird.
Where is Vicky?
It's kind of weird. Where do you think the end game is? What do you think the end game
They're
is?
like the newest picture up. You know.
You can tell me yourself. He's right there. He says hashtag international listener. That's our only international listener right there, by the way.
Right. So John,
Hey.
back on message. What do you think the end game is with these guys, with these
Ooh.
individuals? You know, everybody. All
I think honestly, I think they all have an anarchist strand in them
Okay.
where they're just trying to destroy the
Any infrastructure that way.
cultural norms,
Yeah.
government like decisions of like just simply like okay, males here and females there. Like
Yeah.
they just want to destroy it all. That's the only explanation I can think of.
The only logical one. Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Sometimes it's stranger than fiction, right? Truth is stranger.
You can't
than
write a
fiction.
lot of this
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
know.
really comes out.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, you
man.
heard about a Florida man that had sex with a dog?
No.
That's common, dude.
Yeah, but this guy was arrested, so they caught him.
They call
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot, more often than you would initially think. But
he likes his bitches. Bro.
What are you trying to say?
we're weird, man. People are weird. I think we have. This is gonna sound
Your
crazy.
beard is weird.
Your beard is weird. No, I think like going back to what we were saying earlier, which was, you know, we have way too much free time, bro. We have way too much free time.
Well, that's what
What's
it's
that
come to, yeah.
old adage? The devil's playground is idle
Oh.
hands.
Yeah, idle hands.
Is the devil's playground or something like that.
No, it's idle hands is the devil's work or something.
There's something like that. Yeah, yeah. So like
I don't know.
essentially
I don't
that's where
speak
we're
old
at now.
English.
Where yeah, we're stuck in. We have so much free time because of technology being what it is and taking away hard
Yeah.
labor jobs that we're getting involved in like these things that have been
Stuff that
social
doesn't matter.
norms for the last 70 years.
Literally stuff that does not matter.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. Like, here's one. What is the point of taking down a Christopher Columbus painting
Cause he did so much bad for
at a
our
college?
community.
At a college.
Yeah, but he did so much bad, bro. Like he came here looking for an easier route to India or something, right? And he found America and he killed a bunch of Native Americans. He did all these bad stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Okay.
obviously playing
Guy-
the devil's
yeah,
advocate.
you're a
And you're
bad
not doing a
actor.
good job at it. So listen,
We need to get what's this guy, Jussie,
Jussie,
to
yeah.
come play a role here.
Yo, he's
as
the
a
only
liberal,
American to ever scam Nigerians of ever. I don't know if we ever said that.
as
Are the-
opposed to.
So are those
Nigerians.
guys arrested? I don't know.
No, they brought him in for questioning. They're like, yeah, he paid us. And that was it.
So, what were we talking about now? I forgot. Oh, we're talking about the Christopher Columbus thing and Notre Dame.
Who's legally Lily?
Notre Dame, the college, took down or decided to take down paintings of
Yes.
Christopher Columbus. Why?
Because
I obviously know the answer, but like it's a rhetorical question. Like what do you hope to accomplish by removing these paintings? You're not promoting anything with these paintings.
You're erasing history,
You're
bro.
erasing history.
Christopher Columbus never happened, bro.
Yeah.
The
exactly.
Democrats
Yeah.
found everything
Right. You're
the way it
erasing
was.
history.
Buildings were made
because look, these
Civil War
paintings,
never happened.
the paintings, from my understanding, I haven't seen them,
Slavery? What is that?
but the paintings of Christopher Columbus were kind of benign. They were like they weren't glorifying Christopher Columbus. They were just saying, okay, this is Christopher Columbus, and this is
Right.
what he did when he came to America.
It's like facts don't matter. You know?
And they took down all these paintings that have been there for like since the creation of Notre Dame's college, right?
Which have you guys? Any of you guys been there?
No, you
I've
have.
been there.
I've been
I have, but I haven't. I wasn't there in an official like to check out Notre Dame, but I passed by it.
You said you drove
Yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
South Bend.
Yeah.
Okay. So last
You
time
went
I
in
went,
the camp?
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I went to the UM game.
Oh, that's right.
I
You
went to the
told-
UM
yeah,
game
that's right.
in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So it was me and like a million UM fans. Guys.
Yeah.
What?
Legit, like it was literally like when I got there,
Yeah.
I barely saw a fucking Notre Dame fan. You know who was there too? Do you remember that kid Daniel? We went to school with him. He's like a Tampa Bay fan. He's a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. Whatever. He went to high school with us. Bro, tell me how I'm at a bar and this guy walks by me, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm in the middle of South Bend, Indiana, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing
The
there.
world is small, man.
Yo, legit. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing
Be
there for like
surprised.
hours, dude.
Yeah. So you went on campus then,
Yeah, I was on campus. I did the whole like tour around campus. We checked out
and
a
you
bunch
saw
of
these
stuff.
paintings,
I might have seen them.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
and, and that's what I'm saying. They weren't.
I mean, I'm waiting for the moment they take down Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah. So
another controversial.
so
figure.
like here's the thing. So like for someone who went there, right? This is kind of like a big deal for you. You don't recall these paintings because they're not a big deal, but now they're taking them down left and right because it offended somebody. Why? Like, so what? You go to college for really two things: to grow as an adult.
no,
You do.
no.
Some people
no.
grow.
This is why you go to college.
Others don't.
To get in a safe space.
Now it's become that. No, but it used to be that you're
To leave your comfort zone.
to leave your comfort zone, and your
Right.
ideals were challenged when you got to college. Not so much anymore, but this is what it was
It's
always meant to be
supposed
like, right?
Yeah.
And now we're getting to such a place where your ideas aren't challenged anymore because challenging them makes you uncomfortable, and we don't want to make
Right.
you uncomfortable because you can't learn if you're uncomfortable.
Safe space.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that what you're talking about? I didn't even know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
we're
Yeah.
already like
Yeah,
way
we're-
past
yeah.
that.
We're- no, but that's essentially what it ends up being. And it's just ridiculous. Like
Okay.
you're not gonna learn anything. That's for sure.
What's
You-
up? What's
You
up?
gotta tell our listeners why we're in a garage right now.
So we're in a garage because
Let's see if he catches from like the first episode.
from the first episode.
I think so. Or this was probably off the air.
What do you?
Why you were like
Oh yeah, I remember. Like all the new things that happened. To
all
us.
great things
Yeah.
starting out of a garage.
Yeah,
You don't remember that comment?
yeah. You don't
Oh,
remember
that was from
Wow.
the first episode.
Maybe I don't know.
It might have been.
Whatever, bro.
Um,
I mean, I decided to take a step back in life. You know, go back. You know.
No, I didn't mean to get into
No,
that.
I'm just saying, though. No, I'm not getting into it. I
because the
decided to take a
comment
step
you
back
Made, the
because
comment you
I
made,
knew
you were
how
like,
much-
it was a good comment.
Yeah, it was. All great things.
Yeah.
Starting. Apple.
You had, like,
started in
three
a garage.
different
Apple,
examples.
Microsoft,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
FTH.
FTH.
now.
FTH, yes.
Yeah. You know, so we're treading on the hollowed grounds, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
This is where it all started.
Yeah.
Remember, we made a wall here. We made a wall for the college Republicans.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
wow,
did.
full circle.
We spray painted it out here. That's
we
right.
literally,
Yeah.
we literally made a wall.
You might
here.
have to make another wall for the college Republican.
Yeah.
We might have to make it for FTH.
Yeah.
Fuck the college Republicans.
What-
That shit probably doesn't even exist anymore.
Why did we make that wall? I don't even
It was
remember.
because we were doing I think it was it Reagan Day?
I remember because we were gonna write all the things that
And it was funny because
should be
all
protected
the
and-
fucking liberals
yeah.
and Black Lives Matter people were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, this wall's amazing."
Oh no, it was the
Oh,
things
'cause
was
they
the
could
things-
break it.
Yeah, it was the things that we didn't like in our society. So we would put safe space and we would circle it, and then we would take a hammer because it was for Ronald Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah.
We created a wall, a Berlin Wall. That's what it was. And on this Berlin Wall, this makeshift Berlin Wall that we made, we put things that we didn't like in our society, like
Yeah.
safe space. And then we would tear it down. We would hit in the middle of the campus. We had a hammer and we were tearing down the wall.
Yeah,
It was
and
pretty
people
cool.
broke it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, which it sucks. 'Cause I built it. I built it out of nothing too. I was very,
It
I was
was
very,
very MacGyver like.
it was very guy like.
It was cool. I forgot about that. Well, I didn't forget about it, but I forgot why.
I've
we
seen
did that.
pictures of it. I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
I saw pictures.
I remember going to Home Depot with your asses. And
Yeah.
like, we're like, you both of you were like, and I'm just there like, I need two 2x4s.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah,
I need
this guy
that.
became a construction
Yo,
worker
overnight, bro.
Yeah.
I saw a YouTube
Overnight.
video.
Yeah.
Done.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know that you could get away with doing something like that. Was what that was what 3 years ago at this point,
Dude, that was a long time. ago.
20
2016.
That was when
15.
Trump was running.
Yeah, so 2015
yeah.
2015.
Uh,
Yeah,
50.
had to have been because you were still
I was
doing
gone.
your thing.
I remember we were at freaking. We were at this place. We were at Boat Campers.
Boat campers. That's right.
Yeah.
And we
Boat
watched the election.
campers.
So I mean, yeah. Look,
And
we're
everybody's shitting themselves at Boat Camper. Like, what's going on?
You saw it there?
Yeah, we saw it
yeah,
together.
we
Live?
hosted an election
Yeah.
party there. Yeah.
Oh, I saw it in Africa, but we listened to it on our phones and stuff.
Yeah.
And then in the morning when we were having breakfast, it was like official and
Yeah.
like
Remember Hillary
crazy.
Clinton didn't even give a concession speech.
Yeah, because she thought it was rigged.
I think
Yeah.
she gave it and then retracted it to try
something
to
like that,
ask for
yeah.
a recount
Yeah.
and then that didn't
And they were
I'm
like, yeah, you got
curious to
blown
see-
out.
I'm
There's no recount
curious
for
to
that.
see. I'm curious to
But
see
the
what's
popular
gonna.
vote.
I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in this upcoming 2020 election.
But the popular vote.
Yeah, the popular vote. This 2020 election is gonna be a shit show, man. It is.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
No, there's gonna be rioting for sure.
Well, I mean, dude, look, I
You know what's
never
funny?
look. What?
No, I was gonna say now the Russians don't have to hack anymore and waste money because now everyone's gonna just assume they hack.
Yeah,
yeah. And now there's like there's a growing concern that our elections are fraudulent.
yeah. But did
whatever,
you hear the
man.
whole thing in Atlanta? How they were saying this girl? Oh, my God.
Oh, the gap tooth.
Yeah, the girl,
Abrams,
Abrams.
Stacey Abrams.
Yeah. So supposedly they were
Gap tooth.
complaining about So check this out. So they were complaining about how all the votes and all this stuff were pushed aside or nobody was able to vote how they were supposed to
Voter
vote.
suppression.
Voter
is like,
suppression
that's what
was
they,
the
they
main
love
thing,
to they love
right?
to use that.
So then it's funny because she owns an organization
Mhm.
or she runs, excuse me, not owns, but that's she runs an organization that their sole purpose is to go out and collect registration, and register voters, pretty much.
Right.
And that's her sole purpose, to just collect voters, make sure they're good, they're up to date, all this stuff, right? Supposedly, I think it was 30 to 40. It was a lot, dude. It was 30%. It was 30%. 30% of the people that she registered, they wrote their information incorrectly.
Yeah,
You get me? It's and this is their job. And then they're chanting voter, suppression, all this shit. But look, and if you want to check it out, there's a guy on YouTube. He goes as Run Don't Walk Productions or something like that.
shout out.
Yeah, I mean, good. It's a good show, right? That he puts up, and he does a lot of facts. Dude, he was saying that that pretty much in Atlanta, they send you a request saying that, hey, by the way, you're still registered to vote, but you need to re-register. They send you all this shit, and people choose not to do it. And even in Atlanta, you can go. It's after 7 years, bro, that you haven't voted. If you haven't voted in 7 years, then they cancel your shit, right? But bro, if you haven't voted in 7 years, I'm sorry, bro.
Well,
I'm sorry. You have to re-register. I'm sorry.
You
That's
should re-register.
no.
yeah.
I mean, I had to re-register to move from house to house.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
yeah.
re-register, but resubmit my stuff.
because you're
'Cause I
that
wanna vote.
affects the
Oh,
zones.
yeah. You have to vote in that polling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
area,
because it
yeah.
affects everything.
Yeah.
So, and I want to vote. So,
Right.
I give a fuck.
But
So I vote. But in these areas, they don't give a fuck, and they only give a fuck when there's, I'm sorry, a black representative running, and now all the black votes, we need them. Come out here and vote.
oh,
Come
you're
out here and
talking
vote.
about the individuals who are running.
Yeah,
this
bro.
business.
Like the shit with in our backyard with the communist. What's his name? The socialist, the black guy that ran against DeSantis.
Oh,
Gillum.
Gillum.
Gillum,
Yeah.
right? Gillum is a perfect example. It was straight up. If you're black and you're not voting for Gillum, you're an Uncle Tom.
That's what
or
they were
you're this or
saying,
you're
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like straight up bullshit.
There
dude.
was people within that within his campaign that were saying things like that, which is outrageous.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the party of like
KKK.
no, They're supposed to be the party that, and there was a shift somewhere, man. I mean, not to go off on a tangent. Whatever, I won't even go down that
No,
road.
go,
But
go.
there
Go
was a
far
shift.
down that tangent.
There was a shift within the Democratic Party, man, where like they actually stopped living by what they said that they were living by, right? Which was equality for all and stuff like that. And
No, they still want that. They want equality for
Yeah, but they don't live
for
by it.
everybody except for the
Yeah.
rich man.
but they don't live by it. They don't live by it. There was a shift somewhere, man, and it's odd. It's odd to see it now because, they, like I was telling John,
Show it to the listeners. Show it to the listeners.
like I was
Show it,
telling John
show it,
earlier.
Show it.
God damn it.
Gosh, why we're really showing memes on whatever this is.
We're doing it.
There was a shift somewhere down the line where the party just stopped really living by their codes and stuff like that, and it shows. Like, like I was telling John earlier, and he was on here. He was like, "This is a party of science, right?" Like the Democrats claim
Mhm.
that they're a party of science, hence their global warming scares and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But a lot of their issues don't. A lot of the issues that they're fighting for aren't centered around science, right? So and here's one, the transgender thing, right? This is a abnormality for all intents and purposes, not in a negative connotation, but just in that, it doesn't
In-
affect more than 30% of the population,
Right.
but they're trying to make it a social norm. Why?
It's not a natural occurrence.
It's not a natural occurrence. There's instances in nature where that it's a thing, right? I mean, hyenas, they have females have faux penises. Seahorses could actually change their sex.
Yeah. There's also people born with no limbs.
Exactly. But they're not norm. They're not the norm. That's
No.
what I'm saying. But they're trying to make it the norm.
Well,
And that's what kind
That's
of is
because
weird.
they're trying to touch all bases, bro.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like, hey, bro, I got you. And
But-
when they get in office, oh, you make money too? Oh, sorry, bro. I support the people, the poor versions of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And they're
like-
like, I don't know, man. The party is that party's way worse than
But
the
going back to it,
than the
so
Republican Party is
they,
right
they
now.
blamed Abrams, or Abrams blamed
Stacey
all of,
Abrams,
of Georgia, and supposedly the person she was running against ran like he was like head of voting or in the state of Georgia
Mhm.
Oh, then they attacked him for
for being head of the state of
voter
of
suppression. Oh, that guy is voter suppression.
Yeah, like it's everything and dude,
And what I say earlier, the truth is stranger than
well,
fiction.
I
Yeah.
think
These people essentially, this all happened because these people weren't doing their damn job. That's
Yeah.
that's as simple as
no,
that.
because they were being lazy as
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch how you fill this out.
No, I'm just gonna. You're gonna fill it
Bro.
out. All right, chilling. That's
Yeah.
what happens when you like.
Look-
I'm sorry, you get a bunch of volunteers from
Yeah.
college.
No,
and
no,
you- and
even
it's
worse.
like-
Look no further than Broward County.
No,
I mean,
but
like-
no. That's she did her job, bro. She didn't even, bro. Can you believe that bitch didn't even? I'm sorry, bro. Can you believe that bitch didn't even submit the fucking votes because she knew
Yeah,
that
it was-
there was
After-
more
yeah.
there was more
After the
voters
recount.
for the Republicans
Yeah.
than the Democrats after the
For-
recount.
for
So she was 2 minutes
DeSantis,
late.
yeah.
She said, "No, I'm not gonna turn it down time."
I'm
gonna lose my job anyway.
It was West Palm Beach and Broward, and they found out that after the vote recount for Gillum and DeSantis race, there was more votes for
the
DeSantis.
Republican, yeah, but that just goes to show you. Oh, let's talk about voter suppression. Let's
Well,
talk about how we're not going to put out
yeah,
the
not
real
more-
numbers. We're not
not-
going to put out the real
Not
numbers.
more. To be
because-
clear, though, not more DeSantis votes than Gillum, because Broward still blue. There was
Right.
just more than they originally counted.
Right. That's what
For,
I'm saying.
yeah, just
yeah.
to be clear,
Yeah, no,
because no matter what, Broward is always blue.
yeah,
Right,
Broward
but
is-
But
overall-
then they see that the tallies are just adding.
overall,
to
overall,
Gillum.
it ended up being that DeSantis won more
yeah,
than they
yeah.
originally thought that he won.
yeah. So that's why they
After the-
submitted
after
it
the
late.
recount. They asked for it.
They asked for it twice.
Yeah.
They did one, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's too close. We have to count again.
Yeah.
We need all the time in the world."
I'm
So they
pretty-
can start. Look, hold on. I found votes down there. I found votes over here.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, they didn't fill it out correctly. Oh, that's another thing. In Broward, there was the most double votes ever. Ever. People didn't even know how to fill out the fucking ballot, bro.
And
People
there's
were voting
Oh.
for both of them. Like, what is that, bro? Bro, I'm sorry. It's a big ass ballot. Like,
Yeah.
it took me a hot minute to go
Oh
through
yeah,
that
yeah,
ballot.
yeah.
I
You get
did
me?
my. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I feel like it's a responsibility to vote, right?
It's your responsibility
Yeah, it's a responsibility. So
to this country
with-
and to yourself.
Well, with that being said, with a responsibility, you should take the time to do your research. I did my
Well,
research a day
no.
before
Okay, I'm
to
gonna
figure out all the
right.
amendments that I was going to vote
I'm gonna
for.
tell you what I did. I looked up what the RNC supports,
Right, yeah.
and I just went straight down what they pick for
Yo,
each
who's
one.
Yeah.
Selva back?
Oh, that's my boy.
Selva back on right now. Say what's up to him, bro.
So check it
What's
out.
up?
Here's another thing.
he
Actually,
said talk about the Green Deal. by
did
the
you
way.
know? Did you know that?
Hey.
I don't know if this happened to you guys, but they didn't want people coming in there and looking at their phones.
Yeah,
They didn't want that.
Yeah.
Because of stuff like, oh, the
Yeah, but
RNC
why?
votes this way, because they don't want, because obviously
Yeah, but how can they?
the
how,
RNC
how
with
Oh,
the
can
no,
they-
RNC,
that happened.
how
that
can they
happened
tell
to
you-
me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay.
Go.
I did it, and no one told me anything. But
Right.
I had my thing in my booth. Whatever, I
yeah.
just did it.
Yeah. But
Someone
they told
else,
you,
they told
you,
somebody.
they tell you up there, they're like, when you're signing up, they're like, oh, you can't have your phone on you. And I thought that was odd. I'm like, listen, what if I want to educate myself before
Yeah.
the fact? What if I'm one of these people who didn't take the time to educate myself? Why can't I have my phone on me? And they were, and I looked it up. They were saying because they were afraid that people were going to take pictures of other people's ballots.
Oh, but for what purpose?
So what does that matter? What does it matter if I take a picture of somebody else's ballot? What's gonna happen? What am I
You're
gonna do? with
cheating,
that?
bro.
I'm cheating on the test, bro.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
I
On the
need to
test,
vote
bro.
all left.
But
All
really,
that.
what it is that look, the
And-
RNC, at least in Florida, let's just
Right.
keep
Yeah, but
it
who?
at that.
Number one, let me ask you
The
this
f-
question
the
before you
amendments
jump into
that-
that.
yeah.
Before you jump into that,
Yeah.
how many in all these voting locations does it look like any conservatives are running that shit?
No,
Zero.
No.
All right. Go.
And then here's the thing, yeah, and that's a good point. And then here's the
because
thing:
they have real jobs.
the amendments,
funny.
the amendments that the
That's
RNC
funny.
was supporting were the amendments that made the most sense for the average man.
Yeah.
So they don't want you to be
But here's
educated
where I
when you go in
differ
there.
with you on saying, oh, you got to do the responsibility, but because you try to read that shit, and it's not written for a normal ass
No,
person
no,
to
yeah.
understand it. I'm sorry, like there's
I-
people out there that are intelligent,
No,
but
I
you
get it.
read that
Yeah.
and you're like, what
No,
did I just read?
But
Look,
that's why I'm
It's
saying.
like
disclosure.
it's like a lawyer wrote it up
Full-
and is there to trick you
full
to like
disclosure,
to vote wrong.
Full disclosure. It took me maybe a day and
Right.
a half to read through
so
that
so
and understand what I was reading.
just because it's written like that,
Yeah.
I literally just look it up on another source. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what these people are supporting.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but that's
support.
okay. So I actually put my phone out the whole time, and some lady walked by and goes, "Oh, you're gonna have to put that away, sir." And I was like, no." And I literally turned around and kept looking at my phone. I literally.
What are they going to do? Throw you
What-
out?
yeah, what,
Yeah,
you're
that's
gonna
a
throw
constitutional
voter
violation.
suppression.
Yeah, that's a violation.
That's when you
It's a
come back
constitutional
with the
violation.
Second Amendment.
No, I'm.
Yeah, you come back with the police.
Yeah.
That's constitutional violation. They can't throw you out for that. That's not written into the Constitution anywhere that you can't have a cell phone. Like,
Yeah.
what is
Well,
that?
some
Imagine the-
constitutionalists will say that there was not
imagine
cell
the,
phones
uh,
invented at
Yeah,
the time, so we're gonna have
exactly.
to rewrite the
Yeah,
constitution
yeah.
just to prevent you from using your cell phone
Yeah.
in a voter's.
That made when I heard that, I was just like, whatever, man. I know how I'm voting already, but that's just dumb.
Well, my
Yeah.
my thing I didn't like was out of all those shits that did go down, it was the oh my god, there's so many. There was the casino one that supposedly now casinos anybody can vote from anywhere, right? So
Right,
now
for a casino
casinos
placement, yeah.
now if I live in Pensacola, I can decide what a casino in Miami-Dade does.
Yeah, pretty much.
How stupid is that, bro? Like they don't even pay taxes in the county, and now you have a right to vote on a casino.
So what we call, well, I say we, but what they call that in Washington is like an omnibus bill, right? Like a bill that has like 100 things in it that doesn't make any sense to you, and one thing that really matters to you
Oh, that was the
is embedded in there.
no. What was
Yeah.
there was one with
There's a
the
bunch of-
vaping. There was the vaping
Yeah.
one, which is the vaping one that had the other thing.
Yeah, they had to retract that one because it was there with offshore drilling.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
want to prevent offshore drilling, you can't vape.
No, it's
Indoors.
No, it's not like
That's
that.
what it was.
No, it
I
was
Yes.
was for
no,
offshore
it was
drilling.
it was the bill, right?
The
big
bill
piece
said-
of bill said you can't vape indoors. But it also said if you voted yes on that you can't vape indoors, you're voting yes for offshore drilling or no for offshore drilling or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Something that like why is that put together in a bill with that?
Yeah, like vaping and offshore drilling. I mean, you're kind of vaping your life away. You're doing the same thing as the oil drilling, but
it makes
I don't agree with the offshore drilling. I personally am not for that, just because we've already fucked up a lot of Florida's environment.
I think I
Like
yeah, I've seen
signing some crazy deals.
offshore drilling is it really messes
Well, I mean, you
it up.
saw it fucking crazy.
I'm for
'cause
offshore drilling.
Well, not now. I mean,
I had to work. I had to
Yeah,
work
check this out.
firsthand. I had to work firsthand with the Navy over there in Pensacola when the BP oil spill happened. Bro,
Yeah.
it sucked. It sucked. There was like the beach
Yeah.
was inhospitable for like
You
4 or
ever
5
seen?
months.
You ever seen a car accident?
What does that have
Are
to
you,
do?
you drive a car, right?
Yeah.
Bro, car accidents kill.
Uh-huh.
You drive
yeah,
a car,
but
right?
yeah, but oil,
I don't know,
oil.
bro.
Can you stop an? Look, you can stop a car
Wait,
from leaking
and you
oil.
pump gas. And you pump gas,
Hold on,
right? You
hold
pump
on,
gas, right?
Hold on.
But you're
on.
against drilling for gas.
I'm against drilling offshores of where we live. You can drill anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to just put it on some other poor bastard's backyard?
Put it in
Yeah.
Maryland. Their fucking
That's
water's nasty
hypocritical,
anyway.
bro.
Put it in a nasty area. You have
Yeah.
Florida, bro. Keep it fresh.
But look, I
That's
mean, there's something to be
hypocritical.
said. No, there's
you
something
might
to
be
be
right,
said.
bro. But
There's
at the end of the
something to
day,
be
I
said
care about my state. I don't care about
that
every
one of
other.
the biggest
That's
economical attractions in Florida is the you know the nature of it, right?
Yeah, we have the biggest.
we have
like
we have the nicest beaches, we have the Everglades and stuff like that. So when you do offshore drilling, not to say that this is going to happen, but it's a possibility that something happens, a spill happens, and now you're encroaching on those environments and you're making them nastier, and people stop
and then if
coming.
you drill, by the way, if you drill off the shore of like off the East Coast, what's right there? It's the Florida, the
the
jet,
Gulf Stream,
the
yeah,
Gulf
yeah,
Stream.
yeah.
So if you have a nasty spill in that area, that jet stream's gonna be like
Have you been to Daytona?
straight up into everything.
Yes.
You seen how nasty that beach is?
It's not nastier than the West Coast.
No,
beaches.
I know, but
West
have-
Coast beaches are nasty.
But Daytona's
Nah,
beach is
that's not
nasty
true.
compared
That's
to
very
South
true.
Florida beaches, right?
Oh yeah, but it's because I mean, look, they drive on the sand.
That's I don't want that in South Florida. That's what I'm saying.
No, you get stuck in
Okay.
South
Well,
Florida.
I'm for offshore drilling.
I think it's one of those things like in the short term, yes, it's gonna create
It's gonna
jobs
it's gonna
and
create a lot of
money.
shit,
Yeah. But in the
obviously.
long term, bro, I don't know.
But
Like I think of like the Exxon Valdez and shit, like how
All right, well,
it
since
screwed all
now we're
of
segueing
Alaska.
into this, what do you guys think about the Green Deal?
Oh, the Green Deal. Yeah, we got it.
So-
We're gonna get rid of cows, apparently, right?
No, I mean,
Cows
besides
and
that, I
planes.
mean, well, obviously, do you guys? I mean, what do you honestly think like is gonna happen in the next?
We talked about it in the last
No,
podcast.
I know,
but we'll
but-
do it for this.
but we'll
But
do
yeah,
it for,
yeah.
John's
So
boy
this
that's
is gonna
not even there
be,
anymore.
and I'll say it again, and I'll explain what DOA means. It's gonna be DOA when it hits the Senate floor. Dead on arrival. No
Yeah.
one's gonna sign for that. There's 60 endorsements, but there's 260.
But what do you? Okay,
know?
so the question is, do you think that in the next 10, 20, 40 years, we're gonna still be on oil, like surviving off oil?
absolutely.
Yeah. You know why? Because of our policies towards oil. We have like the highest, not the high, we actually do have the highest reserves in
Okay.
oil.
The
But we
largest.
the largest. I said the highest, the largest reserves of oil, but we don't use hardly any of it because we're using everybody else's up before we use ours.
yeah.
And they're saying that
Which Russia
maybe-
likes
yeah, they're
that
saying
we don't tap into our own.
yeah, they're
oil.
saying that maybe in like 60, 70 years, that the oil that's being utilized right now and being pulled from different regions or consumed is going to be tapped out. But when that happens, we have a monopoly on the oil because
And
we
then
have the
everybody
largest
attacks
supply.
us. The whole world attacks us for our oil.
Or we control the economy.
That's
The U.S. is always a step ahead, man. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you this. So in regards to maybe transitioning into other alternatives in
It has to happen
it has to. I agree.
because
It's already
'cause oil is a finite resource. Like it's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
You know.
it's already in the process of happening.
Yeah, no, we're currently doing it, but to think that we could do it in what'd she say, 10 years? Did she
Yeah,
say
no, 10 years. 10 years.
12 years, the world's gonna end because of global warming.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
It was supposed to end in 2018, according to Al Gore.
Liberals have been
Well,
saying that since the 70s.
I mean,
Al Gore said like polar bears were going to catch on fire in 2018.
well, listen,
back in like
listen,
2004.
listen. So a buddy of mine that I work with,
They're
he's
gonna spontaneously
he's
combust.
studying like a bunch of like science shit, right?
Science.
Oh.
Environmental science.
Environmental science.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
one of his main courses, they're showing him how like in the next 10, 15, 20, 30, like just a
Well,
shitload of
You
years.
just said a bunch of years. Bro.
Yeah, so,
You
so
said 10,
no, it's
15,
literally
20,
like
30.
a pamphlet.
You're like,
It's a
that's my
pamphlet.
whole lifetime, bro.
Well, it's a
it
pamphlet
says,
of all the years like in the future.
Like what will
Okay,
happen
what
in
would
10,
happen-
15,
okay,
20.
this is
Yeah.
a Nostradamus pamphlet, and they're predicting what's gonna happen in the future.
exactly.
All right.
So you go through this pamphlet, and it's funny because Miami's still on the map. But
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, gone. Yeah. So supposedly, I guess Fort Lauderdale, it's very like the way it is. Like our whole area supposedly is supposed to be flooded in the next 25 years.
Nice.
Yeah, like over a foot and something of water.
I have a. Can I say something? I have a hard time, and I'm
Right.
not a science disbeliever. I believe in science. It's
Well, no,
It's-
don't
it's-
hold on. Disclaimer before you say anything. They're trying to convince people without true scientific fact.
right. It's speculation.
Right.
Right.
It's not science is
Well,
proving
It's all about
something.
theory. I mean, you have a
yeah,
theory.
but here's
and you
that's
try to
what it
prove
means to
but
have a theory.
they're
yeah.
trying to force it on people. And then the minute you say, like Damien's about to disagree with it, and you have to put a disclaimer saying, "Oh, I don't disagree with science." No, it's not proven science.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
But I'm talking about
That's how they make
the actual
conservative people
discipline.
feel.
No, I'm talking about the actual discipline of science and what science is at its
Right.
foundation. You know, having a hypothesis and theory, and then having to prove it and all that stuff through blind testing and stuff
But
like that.
it's
I
gone
believe in
away.
that.
Yeah,
I believe
but
in
it's
that.
gone away because, like you said, blind testing. It's
Yeah.
these they're doing experiments and swaying it however which way they want with the statistics,
Yeah.
making it look a certain way because they know they're gonna get millions in government funding
Of
to
course,
research
of course.
global warming or
and then
climate change.
here's the thing. And then here's the
If
thing.
you're a scientist, what the fuck what
And-
conclusion would you come to? That nothing's going on?
No,
And then the government- yeah.
You're gonna keep pushing the.
Of
I need to
course.
keep researching
Yeah,
because this could be worse.
Wow,
yeah.
bro.
Well, so
I
then
know,
here's the
I
thing.
get it, and I understand both
All right.
sides. I personally understand both sides, but I also, I care about my environment. Period. Here in South Florida, at least
But
the most.
my
because,
problem is my
well, but
problem
honestly,
with-
like, hold on.
Yeah.
I care more about South Florida, like the ecosystem, more because we have. I mean, we live in.
Yeah, but
in,
you're
like,
going in
fucking-
assuming that a noise spill is gonna happen.
But we can't look at the end of the day. We can't put aside all the shit that companies put into our environment and give zero fucks about. Like back in the day, like I used to use references of people I know and things that I've seen. Okay, so my buddy that I work with, his dad used to work in New Jersey in a chemical like a plant, right? And the plant they would dump chemicals into like the underground, under like houses, under buildings, under everything, right? Intoxicating the whole area, giving zero fucks. When the EPA went into effect, fined everybody and got everything like more in control. Sanctions started started
Right.
fucking with people. So
We
that's
have
what
an
I'm
EPA.
saying. No, I'm not saying we don't.
So-
I'm not
so
saying we don't, but I'm saying
That's
like
their job.
yes, but we can't also hide.
You
the
don't
fact
wanna
that
risk
shit
it.
happens. You get me? And like perfect example in South Florida with Rick Scott. He did something under the advice of his elected council, right? To hey, what's going on in here? These people want to build a sugar field under Lake Okeechobee. Is that sustainable? Right? They said yes, 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 yes. Awesome, awesome. Army, what do you guys think? It's doable. And supposedly they warned them, but it was like everybody there turned a blind eye and told Rick Scott, no, it's perfectly fine. Nothing will happen. What happened? The red tide,
the red tide.
right? So again,
Well,
it's things that
Some
people
things are
knew.
unforeseeable.
No, and I understand. It's not like something that could.
You're
it
acting
could have
like
been
they knew.
prevented. No, I never said that. I understood that they didn't know,
Right.
right? But the people that were like
So
head of the
because
council-
something bad can happen, you just don't do anything.
I see, but that's where
And-
Again, John,
okay, so here's the thing.
that specific case with like South Florida,
Right.
that could have been prevented, but it wasn't due to the fact that these people were pushing so much money down all these like council's throats that it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
you
here's
know
the
what?
thing.
let's
You're-
just push
You're
it.
saying it could have been prevented
Yes.
when at the time that they were voting on
I don't
this,
blame Rick
you
Scott.
had no idea.
I don't blame Rick Scott,
You only found out about any of this because it happened.
obviously,
Because the red tide happened. What does that show you? That you don't even know what
But-
could
But
happen.
it happened, John.
Okay.
Are
But
you a
it's
denier that it
unforeseeable.
did happen?
Yes. It's
Okay, so
unforeseeable.
listen. The problem with the whole, at its foundation, the problem with this whole argument is that they're speculating, right, that this is going to happen. They've been, and as a whole, what's happening in that community, and I'm talking about the scientific community, is like they're more and more being driven by money, and just
That's
making
what I'm
outrageous
saying.
claims and making
Okay.
making outrageous. I'm on the flip side of it though, making outrageous claims that something catastrophic is going to happen for funding. Right? You're talking about a discipline that time and time again has been proven wrong. And I'm talking about, I go as far back as the greatest minds in its history, right?
Mhm.
You look at Isaac Newton, you look at Galileo.
Yeah, not
All these
everybody's-
guys were fucking wrong about something.
all right, but they were right about a lot more.
Yeah, but they were right about a lot more. But why do we have to take what the scientific community is saying at face value
Uh-huh.
and fucking make legislation on it
I-
when they've proven time and time again to be wrong?
I'm a firm believer in that we shouldn't or we shouldn't give them as much as they ask. I feel like it should be like a negotiating thing. Like, hey, like we only have this. This is the fund we have. We separate it like not evenly,
Right.
'cause it's weird.
But what scientist does their research and goes, oh, federal government, this is the money I didn't use, and my experiments didn't cost this much money. My expenses weren't that high. Here, you can have this money back.
Yeah, but that's a moral. That's
what
a moral. That's
what
the
scientist
morals of
does
that?
that?
Scientist.
What department of the government does that? What state does that when they get federal funds?
So what's
Nobody.
So what's your
Nobody.
solution? What's your
You got to
solution?
slash
All right,
funding.
so you slash funding.
funding.
Time out. So you're gonna So how do you fix that? You slash funding
You
and then
slash
do what?
funding.
Do you not pay? Do you not give these people anything at all to do their what they're
You slash funding for the climate change, global warming.
So you
lie
take all the
and
money
hoax,
away,
right?
or you just give them a
You
little bit?
slash funding, right? And people chase money. Is that not true?
Yes.
That's human nature. People chase money, right?
Yes.
So now all these scientists, instead of coming up with lies to continue to get subsidized by the government, you know what they're gonna do?
Mhm.
They're gonna want to be the first scientists to come up with an alternative fuel for vehicles and for all kinds of stuff. And now you have private market competition for an alternative off of fossil fuels. Because all we're doing right now is coming up with a huge hoax
Yeah. And-
about global warming
and-
and guilting ourselves.
that point-
Instead, the scientists should be in the private sector, not getting subsidized by our money, coming up with good new ideas to have, let's say, alternative fuel sources.
to that point, look, on just the subject of global warming, they've been wrong 90% of the fucking time already. And I'm throwing that number out there just to be fucking
that's an intense
just to
number.
be
Well, we already
exaggerative,
said the
but-
Al Gore lies.
Al Gore.
Ocasio-Cortez.
Come
They
on,
all.
bro, come on.
I don't disagree.
They've been
with them
wrong
lying.
at every
They
fucking
continue
turn.
being wrong
They've been
since
wrong
the
at every
70s.
turn.
Since the 70s, in magazines and newspapers, they've been
Oh,
writing about this.
the ozone was
Yeah.
depleting because of hairspray.
And
so
they
we
actually
stopped using
found- they
fucking
actually
hairspray.
found out that-
it's a chemical incident.
Didn't they recently find out?
Oh, and refrigerators too.
That's the same shit. It's the
Refrigerators,
same
yeah,
shit. It's,
had the
I
same
think
fucking
it's CO2.
chemical compound
It's
that ate away
it
at our
CO2?
ozone layer, and that once our ozone layer was gone, it will never fucking come back.
No, and the
Guess what
best one-
happened?
no,
They
no, no.
started coming back.
No, the best one is in 2005. Florida gets hit by like 6 hurricanes. Or
Oh
something.
my god, it's because of global
And,
warming.
global warming. These storms are getting more intense. Look at Katrina, bro. We went like 12 years with no hurricane.
I know.
And all the scientists were wrong on that one too.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, the storms are only going to get worse and more intense."
Yeah. Oh, and volcanoes are going to start erupting a lot more too.
It's sad to see the scientific community has come to this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, here's my biggest problem. Like I said earlier, it's been proven that the greatest minds within that community have been wrong, and that's fine. You know why? Because we're fallible. People are fucking fallible. That's why I'm not gonna buy into the global warming thing. I'm not because you know what?
Okay.
No
hold
one's
on,
proven
hold
to it.
on.
No one has, without a shadow of a doubt, proven
Okay.
that global warming is an issue
Now-
to the point that it's fucking affecting us.
Okay, does it merit
is
billions of
global,
dollars?
All right, so is it global warming? Is it
Climate change, exactly. They're
Is it-
restructuring it every.
Okay, but
fucking
I'm
day.
asking you. Do you believe in global warming? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you believe in climate change?
You know, climate
That's
change
such a
is
broad-
no.
I'm just saying.
No,
Climate
climate
change,
change-
due to let me
Man-made.
Oh, yeah.
get it. Let
Go
me make it
ahead.
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you believe in global warming due to human, like acts or whatever?
It's
No.
possible, but no.
We've had one of the
okay,
coldest winters in the
Okay,
last
all right,
year.
All right. So, global warming, the phrase is just not correct.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Cool. So,
We're actually entering an ice age.
cool.
in the
so,
next, like, 1,000
so
years.
check it out. So,
We're on part two.
climate
Yeah.
change. Do you think climate change is affected by what humans do
No.
to the world?
No.
I think it's extremely naive.
So we
to
have
think,
zero effect.
I
In that
think
case, we
it's-
have zero effect.
I think the
We have a-
dinosaurs
we have
had
a-
more effect.
All
than
right.
we
So
did.
did we have?
That's a good way to put
Do
it.
we have zero effect? That's the question.
no, it'd be
Zero
stupid to
effect
think we don't. We
on
have
our
some type of
environment?
effect. Yeah,
As
you
long
ever-
as you're not a denier.
Have you ever
Yeah.
cut down a tree? I mean, we do have an effect on
We
our
have an
I'm
environment.
saying
effect,
though. I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying though. We do. Okay.
But dinosaurs, supposedly, if we're gonna believe
They fart.
what
They farted,
AOC
yeah.
is saying, their impact on the environment
So
was
you're
greater
saying
than
that,
ours.
So you're saying the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
You know why?
Hold on. The
I'm
dinosaurs.
gonna blow your mind right now.
Hold on. The dinosaurs killed themselves.
yeah, through farting.
It wasn't an
Just-
asteroid.
Just through
It wasn't
farting.
an asteroid. It was
if
global
we're if
warming.
we're to believe,
It was global
if we're to
warming.
believe them, yeah. Well, really, they all got killed out by the ice age, which, by the way, happens every 25,000 years, and we're like maybe like 1,500 years away from
Yeah,
it.
No, I think
We're-
we're in an ice age right now.
we're supposed to be headed toward. An
Yeah,
ice
we
age.
are.
you see
and,
the global-
and then
I
here's
mean,
the thing.
the-
Here's the thing. If
the
you look
winter
at the
vortex.
if you look at the greater scheme of things, right? If you look at the greater scheme of things, with this whole global warming and climate change shit, literally, the fucking Earth's climate, the entire Earth's climate, could change dramatically just by the sway
Oh yeah,
of the tilt of the planet.
and you know when the Earth goes around the sun, it doesn't pass through the same.
yeah,
uh,
it's yeah,
It
yeah,
changes.
yeah.
It
It oscillates. It doesn't revolve. it
Those
oscillates.
those slight changes.
Yes.
it's still a year is still the same amount, but those slight changes and how it goes around.
Yeah.
affects like the type of seasons you're gonna
Yeah,
have and everything.
So for people to say that, I think it's
It-
really naive, and it speaks to the character
Look,
of mankind to think that
yeah,
we are so important to the earth.
yeah, exactly.
we
That's exactly what
affect
it
it.
is. That's exactly what it is.
That's crazy.
There's a what, like 7 billion people on a floating rock in a universe circulating a ball of fire, and we think what we do
It's affecting
affects
it.
the environment. We're just guests on this planet.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna go extinct, just like every other
Yeah.
animal that was.
And it won't be because of us. It will be because unless there's not unless it's a nuclear war, we're gonna go extinct just because the earth doesn't want us here. Like I just said, because you were on your phone, you weren't listening. If the earth tilts
I
1
heard
degree
that
to the
part, I
left
heard that
or to the right, we're fucking dead, bro. We're at like 23.5 degree tilt right now. If it goes to 24, 25, we're fucked. We're 22,
there's
20.
there's
The
dramatic
wa-
change.
the
water's gonna move.
The
around.
water's gonna
We're gonna get it
rise.
swishy swash.
We're gonna freeze. That's what an ice age is. It's the ice age is when the earth tilts one way or
Well,
the other.
We might have to fact check that.
No, I'm telling you because I
Oh, okay.
fucking read up
Oh,
on it.
Mulchin.
Mulchin always talks about it.
Shout out,
let's-
shout out
yeah.
to Mulchin.
Hey, if
Yeah.
Mulchin ever
That shit
hears
stuck
this-
with me. That shit stuck with me.
Yo,
I'm
but,
like,
but real
Best class
talk,
I
real
ever
talk.
took.
We should literally try to get Mulchin and Cornejo on the same episode.
nah,
Mind blown.
mind blown. So AOC,
I think Cornejo.
let's stay
I think,
on message though.
I
Let's
think
stay on
I know.
message.
I think Cornejo would be hilarious.
AOC's Green Deal stipulates that we need to get rid of cows because they produce too much methane, right? We need to get rid of airplanes.
So wait. They want to get rid of cows now.
Yeah.
So they want to get rid of cows. So they're okay with killing newborns. They're okay with killing cows. Yo, where's PETA at? Where's PETA? PETA doesn't care about humans either.
Hey,
Silent.
Cortez is probably one of the
Oh,
worst politicians.
And you
ever
heard
been.
what she said about Amazon?
No, so I was just gonna
Just
bring
to
that
segue
up.
into-
Cortez not only is presenting this stupid asinine Green Deal, but she lost New York in a matter of 3 months because she's only been in
25,000 jobs.
25,000 jobs because she didn't want to deal with
Oh no!
with
She-
Amazon.
you heard what
Andrew
she
Cuomo
said,
did though.
You
What
heard
she
what
said.
she's like. I don't think we should give Amazon a $3 billion tax break. We can instead give that money to education or whatever. Let that sink in. That money doesn't exist. It's a tax break. If Amazon never comes to New York, creates 25,000 jobs, and then they get ready to pay taxes, that money doesn't exist. So how can you give anything to education when you turn down Amazon and giving them a $3 billion tax break?
This is the same lady who says there's 5 branches of the government too. So
Just think about that.
that's stupid, man.
Stupidity.
It's stupid.
A tax break is not money that exists yet. You have to incentivize
Yo,
a company to create money.
I was thinking about this today. This is scary. She is our generation's politicians. She's our
Oh,
age.
she's
Well,
like the spear,
she's
the
our
tip of the
age.
spear.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
speaking of that, so the whole new thing now is now Democrats are coming out and saying, "Oh, well, should there be an age limit to Congress?"
Please. Oh yeah. As far as how long they should be in there,
No,
Well, the-
no,
no,
no.
no, the-
how old you have to be to
How
get in.
old you have to be to get
The
in?
sad thing
but
is,
no,
though-
but they want to limit the age of the older congressmen.
Okay, so
Oh.
it's both
Out.
sides. It's both sides.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, but you
That's
know what
good.
that means? No,
Okay, why not?
most young people are Democrats
Uh-huh.
because it's just like that. Like one of our famous
Oh, I see where you're
professors,
going with
Jr.
this. Yeah.
Jr. used to say
But-
that. He used to say, "I used to be
No,
a liberal."
I know, but
and then I
what's
grew
the
up.
limit? What's the limit? What's the limit then?
They don't
What's
have a
that?
Shout
limit.
out
It's
to
just
JR.
Okay,
This is
it
all.
has to be-
This is all
yeah.
in theory.
Yeah, no, because I
Because
get
every
what you're saying.
Democrat's a scientist.
Yeah, because no, I get it. I get what you're insinuating because everyone in their 20s, and I say everyone
Yeah, bro,
loosely,
imagine.
is a Democrat. So
Straight
then, following this, what you're trying to insinuate is
Yeah.
that they put an age limit down, right?
Yeah, so you
And
get all
then
the old people out with the old
with the
ideas,
old conservative
with the
views,
knowledge,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a
And-
problem.
Yeah, I don't agree with. Hold on, because I don't agree with a lot of the people that are there. I believe in term limits, right?
Yeah,
So I believe there should be a limit on how many
Yeah.
terms you can serve.
yeah,
Maybe take a
Like
break
anything in
and then
life,
serve
yeah,
again. Like
yeah.
I don't even care if you serve again. Like take a break, an 8-year break,
Yeah.
come back and come serve again.
Because
Totally fine with that.
it's you need some real world experience to
Mhm.
bring real world solutions.
This chick's a bartender. She was
Bro,
a bartender,
hey.
and now she's an economic fucking.
no, she was
write
an
that
economic major.
write that quote down. I invented that shit right now.
You need life experience.
You need
Quote it.
real world solution. You need real world experience to create real world
solutions.
solutions.
Yes, that's good. I like
Damn.
that.
I just invented that.
You
That's
should make a
actually good.
shirt.
Yeah.
Make a shirt.
We
Honestly, that should be the next. That should be the first
Hey,
FTH. Can you write that down?
Write
you
it
need
down for me.
real
Write it
world.
on your phone.
well, I'm
experience for
encrypting
real-
it
to
right
create
now
real-
on the internet.
I got it. I got it. So here's the thing. Cortez is our generation's politician, which is scary.
Well, like when one day the president of the United States is like our exact age,
like our generation, yeah. Like
that
born
person
between
is so
80
screwed
Yeah.
because they got MySpace pictures coming out,
No,
Facebook.
fucked. Me? If I were to ever
They're
run
like,
politics,
well,
I'd be fucked.
you
like
liked-
straight up.
You liked
fucked.
this blackface picture on Instagram in 2000 and
Yeah.
how do you explain that?
I
You were working on your car and there's
Yeah.
a picture of you in blackface. It's like, bitch, I was changing my fucking transmission. Like, dude, do you see how much gunk is up here?
But they'll get attacked on all sides.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. Yeah, I was thinking about that. She's a representation of our generation. She's 28.
Or what if they come out with
She's 28. No wonder she's so pretty, bro.
Well, she's a representation of our generation right now, right?
I don't think
there's
I
any
don't know, John.
politicians right now within that. Maybe Crenshaw, or that's his name, right?
Crenshaw is that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Crenshaw is
almost
like
did it. I
34,
almost did it.
35.
almost
Yeah, I
did
know.
it.
Crenshaw's like 34, 35, and he's a
He's
badass
that guy.
Republican.
He's
Yeah.
that guy.
Crenshaw's good, man.
Yo,
He-
honestly, if he was
could be-
born in the U.S., he'd be a solid candidate for president.
I think it doesn't matter.
He'd be the first
It,
president.
it doesn't matter. You don't got to be born in the U.S. to run for president.
This is where John inserts the.
Okay, a lot of people's theory on the Constitution is that it was purposely written vaguely. You get me? The Constitution only says you have to be a natural born citizen.
Right.
What does that mean? Ted Cruz was born in Canada to an American mother.
Yeah.
Thus, he inherited
yeah.
her citizenship,
Yeah.
and he was born in Canada as a citizen of the United States.
Right.
Is that count as a natural born citizen?
Yeah, it does.
That's the whole debate that they had when Ted Cruz was running. They threw that at him too.
I mean, when Obama ran.
John McCain was born in Panama,
So what about
To
what do you
American
think-
parents.
What do you think about Obama?
natural born citizen.
What do you think about Obama?
Obama was born in Hawaii.
Oh, I was gonna say someone else.
Yeah, but no, he was born in Hawaii. I mean,
Well, if he wasn't born in Hawaii, let's say.
I think
if-
to
if-
an American
in-
mother,
yeah, but
Yeah,
in
and the dad
conspiracy
was
with
Kenyan.
conspiracy
But he
theories
still-
in place.
but he still denied that he was born outside the U.S. He didn't
But-
like own it.
okay, yeah, but let's say, so are you? Would you be cool with that if he was born in Kenya to American parents?
It doesn't matter. His dad was a Kenyan.
Yeah, but his mom is American,
Yeah.
right? So he
It's-
would essentially
your
be an American.
citizenship. Your citizenship
I think it goes through your mother, right?
is your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the Jewish people, like the whole Jewish
Maybe,
community, it's
maybe
like
not.
I'm going to Jerusalem this week because I'm going to go check out my
Yeah,
my ancestorhood.
because
Oh, they get it. They get it.
Yeah,
Automatic
because
free trip.
your
automatic.
I think it's a free
maternity,
trip too,
your
right?
maternity, your maternity,
Yeah.
They get a free trip.
I think
yes,
it's a free
yeah,
trip.
it's the community. It's like an organization that pays for.
You're talking about Israel only?
yeah,
Israelis, like yeah.
Israelis,
So like if
yeah.
you're born to a like if your mom is Israeli and you're not gonna be whatever
Jewish.
the fuck,
Yeah,
but as long as your mom's Jewish,
Yeah.
you can literally like apply to this program, and the
the-
program
yeah.
will take you to
Yeah.
Jerusalem to check out
Yeah.
the motherland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
it's a thing,
When are the los hermanos Recate gonna make one for Cuba so we can check out
bro.
our?
How crazy would that be?
Hey.
That'd be awesome.
Fuck that.
That will never happen.
I know.
We are. Look,
Hey, that's a
put
good
it this way.
business idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's in the works.
Yeah,
It's in the works. We're gonna overthrow the government soon.
yeah.
But I mean, put it this way, like when like dude, Cuba's fucked. Cuba's fucked, period. I don't think nothing's gonna come out of that.
You think in our lifetime you'll see
I
it
don't
be
know.
I
prosperous?
that's what I was gonna say. I completely forgot what I was gonna say and I just tried to switch it up.
Yeah,
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think we will ever get a chance to see Cuba.
be prosperous.
I honestly don't think so.
You know, I would tell you you're
I
being
can
way
care
too
less.
pessimistic because the
But I'm okay
if you
with
look
it.
at no, but if you look at how the country changed, it changed within 3 years.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm literally okay with never seeing Cuba.
Be
Straight up.
prosperous. Oh, not seeing
Like
Cuba.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with never going to Cuba and checking it out. kinda like-
Why? I have no reason to.
I have no reason to. My grandparents obviously came here for a reason,
right.
right? And that's it. That's where that ends. You get me? Like that they fucked my family. They fucked thousands of families
And this
millions of
country,
families, and this country.
Yeah.
which
Fuck that.
they still owe billions in seized property, assets, and businesses.
Well, okay, but you're
American
saying
owned.
you're okay with seeing it, but realistically,
I'm not.
you probably will see it because the
I
reason you
don't-
don't
I-
want to see it is why, because the Castro regime still has power down there, right? It'd be crazy to think that the Castro family will retain power there for another 60 years, because
Well,
the only
Look,
reason
I'll probably be
listen,
dead by
this
then.
guy's optimistic
I
about
just
Venezuela
Yeah.
and Cuba.
I just think and look, for me, I mean, I wouldn't mind going, but only under the auspice that it's not ruled by anybody named Castro. Yeah.
Not even that. It's communism.
I would.
Well,
not
yeah,
go
because the president
for
now
nothing.
isn't even he's not Castro.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
exactly.
a
They
crony.
handed power.
Yeah.
To,
See, I just
That's the problem with communism, man. They're like roaches. They're like they fucking survive a nuclear holocaust. Yeah, I think we should end it, man. It's been long.
it's been really long.
one nuke.
Yeah, one nuke to them all.
Peace.
What's going on? We're all like stopped, but it's probably still recording, right?